All right, today we're diving into Sarhad University, or SUIT, a really significant private university in Pakistan. We're going to go way beyond the brochure to really understand what makes this place tick, from its core mission all the way to its surprisingly global footprint. Okay, let's get into it.
Step into bright future. That's the slogan, the first thing you see from Sarhad University. That's a pretty bold promise. So what does that journey into a bright future actually look like? Let's find out. So what are the basics? Well, SUIT is a private university that got its official charter back in 2001 from the government. It's based in the historic city of Peshawar. Now, that's the quick summary, but believe me, the story gets a whole lot bigger.
Here's our game plan for this explainer. We'll start with the fundamentals, then we'll get into some hard numbers. After that, we'll peek inside the academics and student life, see just how far its reach goes, and then wrap it all up by looking at its legacy and what's next.
First things first, what is SUIT really all about at its core? Let's take a look at the mission and the vision that kind of drive everything they do. Every great institution has a mission. That's the how. And a vision. That's the what. For SUIT, the mission, on the left here, is all about providing top-notch, international standard facilities. The goal? To create graduates who can compete anywhere, nationally, and globally. That's their day to getting work. And all of that points toward their ultimate vision, over on the right, to hit a true level of excellence in both teaching and research. So think of it this way. The mission is the road, and the vision is the destination.
Okay, so that's the big picture philosophy. But what does it actually look like on the ground? Let's dive into some key numbers to get a real feel for SUIT's scale. Get this. SUIT offers over 100 different degree programs. That is a massive range of options, covering everything from undergraduate degrees all the way up to PhDs. It gives students a ton of choice. And having all those programs has led to this. More than 15,000 graduates. That's a huge network of alumni out there making an impact in all sorts of fields. Not just in Pakistan, but literally all over the world. And to fuel all that academic work, they've got some serious resources. The university's central library houses over 40,000 books. That's just a massive collection for students and faculty to pull from for their research and studies. Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting. When you look at student numbers, different sources tell slightly different stories. The university's own website says they have over 7,000 students. But then data from Wikipedia suggests something else. Something huge. Over 5,000 students on campus, plus a staggering 25,000 in distance learning. Now, while the exact figures might vary a bit, the big takeaway is crystal clear. SUIT has a massive, and I mean massive, online and remote learning presence. So how in the world do you organize the education for all those thousands of students? Let's go inside the academic core and see how the different faculties are structured. Academically, you can think of SUIT as being built on 5 main pillars. You've got your tech-heavy areas like engineering and computer science right alongside life sciences and management. And then it's all rounded out with a strong foundation in arts, social sciences, and education. It's a really well-balanced mix of technical skills and broader knowledge. Let's just zoom in on one of these for a second. Engineering and technology. The key focus here isn't just about theory and textbooks. They frame it as a hub of innovation. The whole idea is to give students practical, hands-on skills that they can actually use to make a real impact in the tech industry. But we all know a great education isn't just about what happens inside a lecture hall. What kind of opportunities do students get to actually apply what they're learning? Let's take a look at the student experience at SUIT. It seems SUIT really maps out a clear growth journey for its students. Step 1 is all about hands-on training, like they have over 15 hospital attachments just for health science students. Step 2 is encouraging entrepreneurship, with an incubation center to help new IT startups get off the ground. And it all comes together in Step 3, developing community and leadership skills through all sorts of vibrant student-run societies. Okay, now let's zoom the camera out a bit. We've talked about that massive student body, especially the online part. So where is SUIT actually operating? Let's explore its expanding footprint, both at home and around the world. So on one hand, SUIT's physical presence is spread across Pakistan. You have the main campus in Peshawar and then several others. But the other side of the coin, its virtual presence, is even bigger, thanks to that huge distance learning program. And it's even gone international, opening a sub-campus in the UAE back in 2017. Now here is something that really makes you do a double take.
Suet is reportedly the only private university in Pakistan with its own educational satellite TV channel, Suet TV. I mean, think about that. It shows they were way ahead of the curve, true pioneers in using broadcast technology to make education accessible on a massive scale.
All right, let's start to pull all these threads together. What's Suit's official reputation, and what does its trajectory tell us about the future?
Look, a university's reputation really rests on its official standing, its accreditations. And this is critical. SUIT holds the highest W3 category from Pakistan's Higher Education Commission. That is a top-tier ranking. On top of that, its professional programs have the seal of approval from all the key bodies for engineering, pharmacy, and medicine. That's a huge vote of confidence. When you look at this timeline, you see a clear pattern of just incredibly fast growth. It was founded in 2001, and by 2002, just a year later, it had already launched its distance education program. That is moving at light speed. Then in 2017, it expands internationally. This isn't a story of slow and steady. It's a story of rapid, bold, strategic moves.
So what's the big takeaway here? We've seen a university that expertly blends traditional on-campus education with a massive remote learning operation and pioneering broadcast technology. It's this really unique hybrid model that raises a big question for all of us. As learning keeps changing, how will institutions like SUIT, the ones that aren't afraid to try new things, end up shaping the future of education, not just in Pakistan, but for students all over the globe?